Hey everyone, welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we're going to be doing a couple of Monster High things. Our main focus today is going to be our Wednesday Addams doll back here, but I did find two other things recently that I wanted to show you as well. So the other day I went to a Goodwill and I found this. This is obviously a tie-in merch for Generation 1. I believe it says 2015 here on this tag. It is, you also got spoiled on the next thing, but that is, was purchased separately. This is not something I was aware of. Unfortunately, the straps are a little bit too short for me, but I really love clear bags because they're, where like I like to carry my dolls around, and when you have clear bags you can actually see them. But I will probably use this for some sort of display. Probably put something in there where you can see them, maybe some of my Generation 1 dolls that aren't as in good shape, so they're not really super display worthy, but at least then they can, you know, have a little place to hang out in. But I thought this was super cute. You can see the tag sticking out. I bought it for $5.98. But yeah, I just walked in and I saw it and I was like, that's mine. Thank you. Which is funny actually, because at this specific Goodwill that I found this at, I have never found a single doll, even just a loose doll, like of any kind, of any Barbie or anything sitting on the shelf. So I'm not sure what the deal's with that specific Goodwill that I've never found a single doll there. But I did find this, so. The thing that I stuck inside here is a also a little bit of an older thing. These came out around the same time as the Pre-Productions did. At least the first wave of these did. But I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I had not found these in stores yet. I finally saw it at a Hot Topic. I actually was buying a Funko Pop. I am trying to reduce my Funko Pop collection. However, Creature from the Black Lagoon is an exception. And there's actually going to be a video about a couple of my Creature stuff coming later in the spooky season, including that pop. But it was buy one, get one 30% off. So this was original $9.90 and I got, you know, a couple dollars off of it. We will go ahead and open this up in a little bit, but I did pick the Frankie Stein, because as you guys may know, Frankie is my main focus for my collection, specifically with G3. G1, she's not really as much of my focus. G1, I like to focus more on Laguna, but if Laguna isn't an option, then I go for Frankie. Like I said, we will go ahead and open this up, but for now I wanted to go over our Monster High Wednesday Addams, which is our main focus for the video. So they're very shiny. You can see me a little bit. Sorry, I look terrible because it was pouring rain, because it's that time of year and it's hurricane season, so you know. Anyway, story for time for Wednesday here. So I have been seeing crazy amounts of Facebook posts of people finding this everywhere. I had been checking my Walmarts literally every single day, the Walmarts in my area. The one day that I was still in, you know, same state, but kind of out of town because I was over at my boyfriend's place, the Walmart that was right next to my work had her. I was so mad that I missed her. However, it was a great day. I had a lot of fun hanging out with him. So I'm not upset about that part. I was just upset because every other post on the Facebook page had been like somewhere in North Carolina, somewhere in New Jersey. Like none of them had been very specific at all. They've been very vague, just like here's the state that I was in. All of the posts that I have seen for my area have been so specific. They're like, at this very specific Walmart in this very specific town, this is the very specific number of them that they've had. Which my area is rife with resellers. So all it happened was by posting in those groups saying this exact amount is at this exact store, the resellers ran there. Nobody else could get them. So that was really the part that was the most frustrating to me. So that day, right after I saw that post, which mind you, I had forgotten my phone at home that day, so I did not have it until the end of the night. But right after he saw that, we ran to the two Walmarts that were in his area. Neither of them had it. Next morning, I run out to my Walmarts. I check the one that's here, the one that's down the street. Like I'm checking every Walmart on my way home. I get to the last one that I have the energy to check for that day, and the one that I suspected had it the most, because that was the only Walmart in all the Walmarts I've been checking lately that had any new merch. And I'm talking like any of the new doll releases, because all the dolls that have been posted on my channel recently and that you're going to see in the next couple months, all been found at Target. Nothing has been at Walmart. Like, nothing at all. So, I happened to open Facebook while I was looking at that Walmart, and there was another post there of someone had posted Wednesday and Enid, and it also posted their barcodes, which I will share you with the barcode while I finish talking. So, I opened my phone because I could hear the two women that were working in that section, and they were talking and they were laughing and they were like, oh, look how cute this is and look how cute that is. And they looked like they were actually, or they sounded like they were actually, you know, enjoying themselves and, you know, weren't gonna yell at me if I asked a question. So I was like, hey, I was just looking for a picture of their faces. I was like, hey, have you heard or seen anything about these dolls? I do happen to have the barcode. I wish I had saved that picture so I could post it here, but I did not. But I may find it and post it at the end. It just depends on how much dedication I feel into putting into that. But I was like, hey, like, wouldn't hurt to ask. I know other people have been finding them at other Walmarts. Do you mind checking? So she scans the first barcode, and the way she reacts, it almost sounds like they might have them, but she's not sure if she can put them out yet. But she doesn't say anything for sure. But the way that she reacts, it feels like she had one. So then she scans the second barcode, which, mind you, the picture is just the two dolls laying like this. So I don't know which one's which. So she scans the second barcode. She looks at it again and goes, yeah, they don't have a home yet. So that's why they're not out. And again, that's, to me, sounds like maybe they had them. And then she goes, well, let me scan that first one again. So she went back and scanned the first barcode again. And then goes, sometimes they have dates, so we can't put them out yet. But it may just be that they're waiting for the reset, which to me, I think it's the Halloween reset for the whole store. But I digress. So she goes, let me go check. So she went into the back. Mind you, she had scanned both barcodes, but to me, she only reacted to one of them as if there was a doll back there. But I had no idea which one, because again, it was just a picture of the barcodes on the bottom. She walks out 5-10 minutes later, because she must have opened the box with the one Wednesday in her hand and goes, this is the only one that we had. And I almost started crying right there in the store. I was so excited. I still want Enid. I will be looking for Enid. However, I feel like she's going to be the harder one to find, because most people that I've seen post are like, oh, there was one Wednesday and 4 Enids. So like, I will find Enid eventually. However, I'm so happy to find Wednesday. It's such a relief to not have to keep looking at every Walmart obsessively every day to try and find her. Like, I have her, and like literally I was on the phone with my boyfriend just like, okay, I have her. I'm trying not to freak out too much because I've heard horror stories of people like at Targets and stuff going to buy their dolls. Now, I hadn't heard of it at Walmart, but at Targets where they'll scan them and then like it'll come up with an error and the people at Target will be like, oh, sorry, that wasn't supposed to be out, and like take it. So I was not getting my hopes too high. Like, they were high, they were like through the roof, but I was trying to keep them somewhat low because if I had to put her back, I was going to be devastated. So I was like, she's not mine until that card goes ka-ching and says that, spits out the receipt. It did. And here she is. Super excited about that. We'll go over the details on her box and then we will get her open. So I'm so excited for that. All right. So on the front here, it, like it says, this is Monster High X Wednesday Addams. This is based on the Netflix show for Wednesday. Unfortunately, I don't have Netflix, so I have actually not watched this complete show. I've watched part of it. I know, obviously like the meme stuff of it, but I also was obsessed with Wednesday as a kid. I also just love the character and the portrayal of her. She, temporarily at least normalized, weird culture for other people. So it's really nice to see that she's sticking around for another year. I really do want to watch it though. I just don't have Netflix, so. All right. So we come up here. It says the private thoughts of Wednesday Addams. Keep out or risk dismemberment. All accomplished novelists keep journals, so I am starting one to record my most macabre and morbid observations. Today was particularly uneventful. Instead of the typical near-death experience and homicidal monster encounters, I was blackmailed into doing manicures with Enid and Thing. Thankfully, I already own all nail polish in chilling shades of charcoal. It completes my black soul quite nicely. Turns out roommates and appendage quality time isn't synonymous with mind-numbing misery after all. Cute. I don't think, this isn't like the collector boxes where it has like that part where it can come off so you can like see in there better. But there are small details, like you can see the window back here. So if you have the Enid doll, she has her half of the window, so they line up and match together. But inside the box, if you look at the corner, you can see Enid's half of the window, and then we have Wednesday's back here. I know it's so hard to see. But there is a little lamp here, as well as what looks like one of the Monster High journals. Or if this part slides out, we'll find out in a second, because that would be really nice to be able to see up a little bit closer on it. But we're just gonna slide this over. Now, my other thing with this collection is that I expected this to be a Mattel Creations release. So I was not expecting to be able to get her. Like, I figured, because there's this one, what it's called Raven, which is the dance one, and then the Enid doll. And I thought I was going to have to pick one of them, because you know how crazy fast everything sells out on Mattel Creation. So I didn't think there was any way that I'd be able to buy all three of them. So the fact that these two are going into the stores, even if the other one ended up being Mattel Creations exclusive, that's still exciting. And I feel less pressure to get the Raven dance, because I have this one. So we were able to get the box out. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I did my best to try and take a picture of it, but because it is so small, it's really hard to see. But I'm not sure what the name is on there. I'm guessing that it's a reference to the show that I'm missing. So if somebody knows anything about this journal over here, please let me know in the comments. Most of the time when I have questions like that, I just tend to look them up and find the answers. But I'm not entirely sure what that one is. I'm considering seeing if I can find like a synopsis on like YouTube or something, where it kind of does like a shorter version breakdown, so I can actually see what kind of happens. Because I did watch the first couple episodes, I was able to catch them, but like I said, I haven't been able to finish, and I really would like to, because it was really good so far. But anyway, I think I forgot to mention that she is $40, which is actually, I thought she was going to be $50. So the fact that she was $40, still expensive, especially, you know, but that's kind of what we expect from like these Generation 1 dolls, but it is very expensive for a doll on the shelf, which is why I'm not sure. It just depends on distribution, whether or not these will sit on the shelf. If they end up distributing enough, these probably will, just because of their price point. But if they follow the same pattern as any other G1 release, we're never going to see them on the shelf. Let's be honest. But yeah, and then we have her violin back here, and we have a spider web up here with a skelet in it. And then again, here's her stand, and on the back here's the other parts for the stand. No certificate though, because this is, I guess, because this is a store release, it's not considered a collector's edition, I guess. So we'll just snap her out. Pretty simple, hopefully.
Around her legs, I guess. Separately. Okay, her wrists are out. Her waist is out. Of course, this stupid ties in the back of her head, because we somehow haven't evolved past that yet. Oh, and there's a tie in her dress. I want to be careful with that and not just rip that out. There's a black tie. That's nice.
I am irrationally excited about this prop. The fact that she comes with Thing, I don't know, for some reason that just, I love it so much. So here's the other thing with this. Like I said, I believe it's going to be a reset for Halloween, because from what I've seen, there's like a whole line of Wednesday themed merch coming out. So like this is going to be like, other than obviously, like I said, the Enid doll and like the Raven doll, which I don't know is coming in person or not. Other than that, like it's other Wednesday toys. It's not necessarily other Monster High toys for this collection, so it's kind of fun. She does have a unique base stand, which looks like the window, but with the skelet in the center, which I think is really cute. I'm assuming Enid's is pink. We have a backpack with a skull on it. It does open and can hold things. Let's see if... Woo! Thing can fit. Cool. That way I can keep him safe. I will probably just rubber band him to her shoulder though. But here is Thing with the stitches on it. The stitches are actually raised, which is really cool. And then it is in this gripping position so that it can hold onto her shoulder. Super exciting. I love Thing. I think that's so cute, and that's such a like cute little detail that just kind of feels like extra, you know, that's something we don't necessarily have to get, if that makes sense. Like, I know she's a $40 doll, but I don't see like, I guess Enid comes with her hat. Like, I don't really see like a matching piece to Enid. So again, I don't have her, so that could, you know, feel different once I do. But
Stupid ties in the back of her head. Get those out, at least as close as I can for now, and then I'll fight for my life with them later. Apparently my scissors are too dull now. Gonna have to get some new dull scissors. Try not to cut her hair. There we go.
all right. So if we start from the top like we usually do, she has, let's see, goes down to about her rear for her hair. Again, though, it is in braids, so it could be longer than that. Or it is longer than that. But I'm just saying, like, it is in these nice braids. I'm sorry. I'm just so irrationally excited about this doll that I cannot speak. She has her split center, which is really nice and clean. Like, literally a part line goes all the way down, so she would be really good for restyles. She has her bangs. They are very heavily gelled, but that's okay because it keeps them nice and clean here. And then also the ends of her hair are gelled, but there's gel in the whole thing. But this part's still pretty soft, but this is crunchy down here and then in her bangs. But again, these dolls are dolls that can be kept in the box. They can be considered collector dolls. So having their hair very gelled is to be expected because, you know, you want people to be able to not have to mess with the box if they decide to keep them in box. Which, as you may know if you watch my channel, with any of my collector or like dolls like this that are like a special release, I do keep their boxes. Eventually I would like to be able to display the dolls in front of or inside their boxes on their stands. So even though I am deboxing her, I still keep the box. But I debox all my dolls, one, because then I can do videos for you guys, but two, then I can actually, you know, play with them and keep them in my hands. And to me, that's the most important thing when it comes to doll collecting. Everybody's different, and I fully support people who leave them in the box because that's how they enjoy them. If you want to collect dolls and you think the presentation is beautiful when they're in the box, then I fully support you. And if you have a different reason for keeping dolls in the box or taking them out, I would love to hear it. Just be kind. So, as I said, we have her dark black hair that goes down to her butt. We have her split bangs up here. Everything's crunchy as heck. We have her dark brown eyebrows over her brown eyes. Mine, honestly, like, especially like in the camera up close, I feel like she does look a little derpy, but like, I seriously don't mind. This I might be a little bit lower printed, but like, that's kind of to be expected with these G1 faces. She has a little button nose, which is super cute, and her freckles all the way across, and then kind of almost a reddish black. Like, it's not quite black. It has just a little bit of like red to her lips. Now, I am not good with the face sculpts, so if y'all know if this is a new face sculpt or if this is a reused one, please let me know. Well, other than the Skelectors, I don't think we've had a human character before. So I don't know if this is a, like, used before or not. Again, I have only been collecting Monster High for a short period of time. I watch a lot of videos about, you know, Generation 1 and stuff, so I do know quite a bit about it, but I'm not an expert because I wasn't collecting at that time. So if you know anything about this face, just let me know. But to me, it looks like it's a new sculpt, just like we would with any of the Skelector dolls, which, like I said, this isn't considered Skelector, but it's pretty close. We come down here and we have her jacket. It is black and white stripes all the way down. It does have this kind of like, it's a waist jacket, so it goes all the way down to like mid calf, I guess you would say, because the skirt's down to her knees. So I'd say that's probably about mid thigh, because this would be mid calf. This is mid thigh. We'll look at the back in a second to see how these are, but we do have a white undershirt of some kind and a black tie here on the front, as well as this black plastic belt with the N on it. I believe, if I remember correctly, the school is called Nevermore. Look here at the back. Okay, so the shirt must be a separate piece because the jacket is closed in the back. So this belt has this little button so we can pull it off. It does have little details as well as the painted on silver N. But the name underneath is just little scribbles. You can't read it. The jacket does come off. Okay, and it's a tank top underneath, which makes sense. Especially when you have like thin designs like this, you want to keep as much fabric out of the way for the jacket as possible. So it is a little tank top, and it is sewn onto the skirt. The skirt is currently pinned to the jacket. I am going to leave it that way, but you can detach it. They're just little plastic black ties. So that's super cute. So essentially this underneath is a dress, and then you have the jacket on top with the belt on top. Of course, I always feel odd when they put the like two different materials, like the shirt and the skirt. They're different materials, but they put them like sewn together. I don't know, does that save money because of like Velcro, or like what is the advantage to making more materials one piece? Because to me, I feel like that's more work to put them together than it would be just to make them separately. But I don't know, I don't manufacture dolls or, cost cut on dolls. So if that's something you know about, also let me know about that in the comments. I'm very curious on these kind of things. Like, one thing you will learn from me is I love to learn and I like to have new knowledge. So if there's ever anything that y'all can show me or teach me, I would really appreciate it. Back up, coming up from her outfit here, we have her hands, which they do have painted nails on. This is a regular hand shape, like we see often with the Generation 1 bodies. But then over here, she has her hand in a snap position, which is really cute. And I love that little detail. It's definitely, again, haven't seen all of this show, but I grew up on the Addams Family as a kid, and I'm assuming that this is a reference to the original theme song with the snapping in it. And if she doesn't do it in the show, that is also still though a reference to the original. So I'm not wrong on that. But I just don't know if there's significance beyond the reference to the original theme song. Her skirt is really nice. I like the material that it's made out of. It has a nice like flowy kind of, not too stiff, but stiff enough that it can look fluffy without really needing anything underneath. It does not have a ribbon or anything to hold it down, but that is because it's a dress. And then we come down here to her stockings. They do go up to her knees, and oh, are they actual stockings that go down into her? Wow, they really are. They're actual stockings that go down into her boots, which is really nice because, very often we see them only going to the top of the boot to save material, especially because, like, I get it, it's hard to get them in and out of the shoes sometimes with the stockings, but these are nice and thin, so we shouldn't really have that issue. It does have elastic here at the top to help keep it up by the knee. It has spider webs all up and down it with the scolettes in the center, just like we saw on the box. And then we can look at her shoes. They do appear to be different on each foot. So this one is a scorpion. That is really cool. The scorpion's coming up and around with the tail, and we have some like wood fencing here around the toes. And on the underside, we just have a normal looking like what is the name for these? My brain is saying Uggs, but I know that is not the correct answer. Doc Martens. We have the Doc Marten bottom, except for the heel part is hollow. But again, that's because it's supposed to be, a heel. Yeah, I'll just see if we can get that back on. Super easy, actually. And then here for the other one, we have her violin for the heel, which again, like that way they have the matching bottoms. So even though their heels are different, it doesn't really make that much of a difference on the bottom of the shoe. That is really cute. I really love that detail. G1 always does. And G3 is now too, but they always do amazing with the shoes. I just love the little details they put in them. Another thing, like I said, is I unfortunately did miss the Mattel Creations Mother's Day release. That was the Wednesday and Morticia. I would have absolutely loved to get that, but that was currently at a time when I wasn't able to buy dolls from Mattel Creations for financial reasons. Thing can sit on her shoulder. I love that so much. But yeah, so because I wasn't able to get those, I really was looking forward to this doll because it's still a Wednesday in my collection, even if it is more based on the movie, whereas, or the TV show, I should say. The other one also was based more on the newest animated series and not necessarily the classic live action series. I did like those movies too, but I've also only seen the first one of the recent sorry, trying to get this open. The recent editions of the Addams Family movies. There is a little collector's guide down here, but it is really big because they usually put like everything from Super Impulse, which is the company slash world's smallest. There is a Draculaura, a Claudine, a Gulia, and then the Frankie in this series. You can see them down here. Again, there's their barcode because I got them from Hot Topic. And then here is the box. So it is a plastic box here on the front with this hard plastic on the outside that says Monster High, Frankie Stein, micro figures. And then Monster High, collect them all. 441. I'm assuming that has something to do with micro figures because that's also here on the box. There is a barcode back here, which I don't know if that actually does anything. And it says Super Impulse. Now these are packed more like an action figure than like the original dolls were, but that is just because that's the style that Super Impulse makes their figures in, so that you can do this. You can open them up. This right here is a small stand for them. You can get that out. And then we can put Frankie on their stand. Wow, they are really small. Like, they're so skinny. And there is Frankie. Now, obviously, because they are small, they don't have the best face screening, but you can tell who that's supposed to be. They do have a blue dress, a black tie, black shoes, and their black and white streaks in their hair. They almost kind of look like a Roblox version of Frankie, in my opinion. But then we can just go zoop, and slide Frankie back into their box and then close it from the backside. So that is why they are styled like that, so that they are resealable. Yeah. That is what I have for you today. Hopefully soon we will get our Enid, and we will also be posting her if we find her. I just wanted to give a quick final thoughts on her. My final thought is that I think that even though $40 is expensive for a doll, I think that it is a good price for what we're getting, because to me they feel very much like a collector doll, and honestly, that's $40 is cheap for what we've been seeing for collector dolls. I definitely paid more than that for Elvira, and I even paid more than that for Vampire Heart. I know she was like somewhere like around $100. Maybe even more, because I had to do payment plan for her, and I want to say that Elvira's somewhere like around $70. So like $40 for her, and we're getting a unique stand, what I believe to be a unique sculpt for the face, definitely for the hand. We're getting, you know, an accessory, as well as, you know, a full backpack and band. Sure, do we have more stuff on some of like the repro dolls for $25? Yes, but I haven't been able to get my hands on any of the repros. However, I think that for the feeling of a collector doll and for a collector doll, for her to be $40, I think is well worth it. Especially because we even have, you know, the unique stand, which is something that we don't even get with the collector dolls anymore, or I shouldn't say anymore like it ever happened, but I'm just saying, like, that's not something that we get, if ever, with this collector dolls. So I more than happily paid $40 for her. Hopefully the price stays that way or goes down, though. Let's hope that they don't go up if they do restock. But I really hope that they become available for more people to be able to get them. But unfortunately, you know, if they don't, I am very happy that I have mine. I do know that they will be starting to go on Amazon, because I've been starting to see links for those being posted. Right now it's mostly Amazon UK. However, people have been saying that they found the listings for them. They just aren't available yet in the States on Amazon. I don't know if they'll be going to Target or not, because again, I've only heard them being talked about at Walmart and Amazon. So I'm not entirely sure how the distribution is going to go. And like I said, at my Walmart that I went to, they only had this one Wednesday and they had no Enids. Other ones I've heard that they've had a lot of Enids and like only one Wednesday. So I really don't know like how they're being packed even, you know, are they being packed singularly and that's why they only had this one Wednesday, or has someone already gotten one from the back and that's why they only had one? I don't know. Unfortunately, I wish I had more information on that, but I really do hope that if you're looking for her, that you are able to find her. When I asked the Walmart employees, that was the first time I'd ever asked anybody to check for a doll for me in the back from Walmart or Target, because I'd heard a lot of people asking from Target and getting good results, but I'd also heard a lot of people asking and getting really bad results, so I was really nervous about it. But like I said, the women that were there, they were amazing. They were super friendly, and it was so nice. And like, I was like, it's worth a shot, right? Like, worst they can say is no. So I figured I might as well ask, and I was rewarded for it. So I can't promise that there will always be the same results at any Walmart you go to, but if they seem like they're friendly, you know, go ahead and ask. As I did attempt to provide the barcode for her in this video, and like I said, if I can find a picture of it, I will share that photo of Enid's barcode as well, so that maybe you can find Enid when I didn't. So again, thank you so very, very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you also very soon in the next one. Bye!